Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NBA action headed out west where the Clippers are hosting the Nuggets. We've got a promo code. The code is FINAL for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. In the advanced line, Clippers are favored -3.5. Total is 228.5. Clippers come in 32-17, 28-21 against the number. Meanwhile, the Nuggets are 29-18. 23-24 against the number. And the reason this line might change, we've got a lot of questionables for the Clippers. Rajon Rondo, Serge Ibaka, Paul George, Pat Beverly, all questionable to play in this one. We've got Dan Kaiser here to break this all down for us. Dan, we've got a lot of question marks, but overall, initial leans between the Nuggets and the Clippers.
That's the thing about looking at this game now, because the Clippers right now are a walking mash unit. So it's just looking at the number right now, if I could get the Nuggets at +3.5, I'd definitely jump on that. I mean, the Nuggets are playing really well right now. Jokic is in the running, or could make a great argument that he's the MVP. Jamal Murray's finally starting to shoot better than he did at the beginning of the season. Porter Jr., he can step up and hit it big. And I like the addition of Aaron Gordon. Mm-hmm. That just gives them another weapon, another scoring threat on offense. And if Murray's not shooting well, this gives them another option that I think they can go to. And then I look at, this Clippers team, as you said, they're all banged up. It reminds me a lot what happened last year. Leonard sat out, load management. George sat out, load management. People were resting. And then when they got in the playoffs, they couldn't act as a cohesive unit. I think that could happen to them again this year with all these injuries. And then, you got the big talk of signing Boogie Cousins to at least a 10-day contract. And as great, as much fanfare as that guy has, every team he seems to go to doesn't seem to do anything or seems to get worse. So I'm not sure signing him's a great thing either. So if I could get the Nuggets at 3.5 right now, I'd take it. I think even if 2 or 3 of those guys play, I still think the Nuggets are a better team. And if they're actually looking at Cousins, it might tell you something about Ibaka's injury, and he may not come back might be out even a while longer. So even if these teams are pretty much equal, I still like the Nuggets. I just think they're playing better right now at the moment.
Yeah, the Nuggets, I think, are trying to make a run in the West because you see the Lakers all banged up. So the Nuggets are trying to make some kind of mark in the West to have a playoff push. And obviously, Jokic, the odds-on favorite to win the MVP. Last time I checked, he's doing incredible things. And obviously, they got some shiny new toys at the trade deadline with Aaron Gordon. I thought he would help take some pressure off Michael Porter Jr., but Michael Porter Jr. has done even better, 27 points in his last game against the Sixers. So they're even more athletic now that they've added Aaron Gordon. So it's a squad that's hard to fade right now. Let's look at a total 228.5 for the advanced line. Do you have any leanings there?
Again, without knowing who's playing or who's sitting out, I'd probably just lean the under, because of if everybody sits out for the Clippers, I just don't see how they score 100 points.
Yeah, Denver's been under in 4 of their last 6, despite, it's not a team that I really think of when I think of lockdown defense, just because, Jokic scores his points, but sometimes he doesn't really try on the defensive end until about the fourth quarter. But you've got to play on the numbers. So this is a 228.5 in super high, but I would expect it to change some once we know who is playing. And that's always valuable advice when betting on NBA games. Make sure and check the injury report closer to game time. That's going to do it for our NBA talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Dan Kaiser as always. Dan, thanks for joining us.